She was born into the Delta, sharecropper country. Fannie Lou Hamer picked cotton from dawn to dusk. Her hands carried the history of stolen wages. When she tried to register to vote, everything changed. They fired her, evicted her, and tried to silence her. She was arrested for simply asking for a ballot. In jail, deputies beat her until she was near death. She left the jail with wounds the newspapers tried to ignore. She told the country, "We're sick and tired of being sick and tired." Her testimony at the 1964 Democratic Convention shocked America. She co-founded the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party to demand real representation. Her courage turned a local struggle into a national crisis. She taught people that registration was the first step to power. She faced mobs, threats, and constant harassment, and still came back. Fannie organized poor families to buy land and grow food. She started the Freedom Farm Cooperative to fight hunger and theft. She turned trauma into organizing, again and again. Even when doctors failed her, she used that pain to expose injustice. She carried scars you could see and stories you had to hear. She met with national leaders who couldn't ignore her voice. Her speech at the DNC put Mississippi's violence on international radar. She refused tokenism. She demanded real seats at the table. She made clear, democracy means everyone gets to vote. Her life was a lesson in how ordinary people bend history. She taught organizers to fight for land, not just ballots. She turned church basements into classrooms for freedom. She fed people, registered voters, and trained leaders. Her stubbornness was a moral engine for the movement. When politicians tried to hush her, the cameras only amplified her. She exposed how systemic power used violence to keep votes away. She stood between the kick of the boot and the rise of the ballot. She built programs so poor families could own the ground they worked. Even in old age, she kept planting seeds, literal and political. She used one simple demand, the right to vote, to challenge a system. Her story reminds us that courage often costs everything. She refused to negotiate away the human dignity of her people. Her voice came from a place many leaders could not buy, lived experience. She turned personal trauma into public truth. She taught America that justice cannot be petitioned away politely. She made the movement accountable to the poor and powerless. Her message: voting isn't a privilege, it's a right to survive. She sat at hearings and told the painful truth to a hearing room. Her testimony helped force national attention and change. She refused to be used as a symbol, she demanded policy. She exposed the medical abuses and legal violence of the South. When they tried to erase her, she demanded to be heard louder. She knew the law only mattered if you could use it at your door. She built a legacy of land, food, and political education. She helped register thousands of black voters in the Deep South. Her life was proof that resilience is the backbone of resistance. She never stopped asking for the simple dignity of a ballot. She pushed the nation to face the cost of denying the vote. Her words still echo in every voting rights fight today. She taught us how to transform pain into political power. She made clear the vote was a tool to free people from poverty. She built institutions where the movement could live after headlines faded. She stood up to killers of democracy and named them to the world. Her life shows that the personal is the political, every time. She was fierce, tender, exhausted, and unstoppable. Remember Fannie Lou Hamer, the woman who bled for the ballot. She was born enslaved, but Clara Brown rose to become one of the most powerful community builders of her time. Imagine walking hundreds of miles just for freedom. Clara Brown did that and more. After losing her family to slavery, she never stopped searching for them, even while building a new life in Colorado. Known as the Angel of the Rockies, she gave shelter, money, and hope to anyone in need. She washed clothes, cooked meals, and saved every penny, then used her wealth to free enslaved people. Clara Brown turned her pain into purpose, funding churches, schools, and hospitals for black communities. She never found all her children, but she became a mother figure to an entire state. From rags to riches, from slavery to legacy, Clara Brown's story proves that resilience can change history. While the gold miners chased wealth, she built something greater, a foundation for freedom. Clara